JusticeCon 2020 saw Zack Snyder take the stage, so to speak, in a virtual panel this past weekend, where he gave details and teases about what fans can expect to see in his upcoming cut of the Justice League, including one tease where the Man of Steel's suit takes a dark turn. But before you hit that, guys, hit that like button, because liking these videos lets me know that you love them. Make sure to subscribe notification bell so you miss any videos just like this one. Let's get to the news. During the Zack Snyder panel at this year's JusticeCon, Snyder released a new teaser clip from his upcoming Justice League Snyder Cut. The clip shows Superman landing near a garage where Alfred Pennyworth is working and walks up to talk to him. The big reveal of the clip is that Henry Cavill's Superman is wearing his black suit. Snyder went on to say that the scene was filmed with Cavill wearing Superman's red and blue suit, and then he changed the color in post-production. The director said that Warner Bros. Wouldn't approve the creation of another costume, and that the studio didn't understand the black suit's role in Superman's resurrection arc. In the comics, the black costume is also called the recovery suit, because it helps Superman to fully heal after he's been resurrected. So it serves a function in the DC universe, but if it would have been expensive to create and wasn't necessary to Superman's story, that may have been why Warner Bros. Opted to not commission another costume. While this clip is short, it gives fans a tease of what's to come in the Justice League Snyder Cut. The Superman black suit is something Snyder started teasing while Justice League was still in production, and seeing it finally realized in this clip drives the point home of just how much the new footage will be in this cut. I'll put in the description down below a link to the clip you can find on the JusticeCon YouTube page. Superman's black suit wasn't the only thing that Snyder discussed and teased at JusticeCon. While a number of members of the Green Lantern Corps appeared in the theatrical version of Justice League, some found that it was disappointing because there wasn't any direct connection to the Green Lantern. In a conversation about merchandise, specifically t-shirts, some noticed that on a promotional shirt there were a number of heroes' logos present. A lantern symbol was there in the mix of other heroes' symbols, and Snyder seemed to play coy when asked about the logo's inclusion. Snyder said, "I did put it there, didn't I?" then making a facial expression before offering no further comment. In previous news I've covered, fellow YouTuber Grace Randolph confirmed news of a Green Lantern cameo in Justice League through two of her sources, with Ryan Reynolds reprising his role as a superhero, which he previously played in 2011's Green Lantern. Also during Snyder's panel at JusticeCon, he shared candid thoughts about what kind of footage we could expect to see in his version of Justice League. He began with, "I would destroy the movie, I would set it on fire before I would use a single frame that I did not photograph." While not specifically stating Joss Whedon's name, we know Snyder is referencing Whedon's cut of Justice League. He went on to say, "That is an effing hard fact. I literally would blow that thing up if I thought for a second anything you see in this movie that reminds you of the theatrical release, which again, famously, I literally never have seen, would be because that was a thing that I had done. It was being borrowed for whatever, that Frankenstein's monster that you got in the theater." That comment alluding to the criticisms and edits Warner Bros. Had about Whedon's version of the Justice League. Leave in the comments what you think about Zack Snyder's reveals from JusticeCon, Superman's black suit, possibly confirming Green Lantern's cameo in the movie, and his thoughts on not using any type of footage other than his own in Justice League. I personally am excited to see Superman's black suit. I think it's cool that we're getting something different. I know that in the theatrical cut, that we're not really kind of supposed to be talking about anymore since we're getting a new cut. I do think it's kind of cool that we're going away from the basically suit he was buried in, and then he basically rips out of that and is just wearing sweats. That's basically what it looks like it comes down to. So I'm glad we're going away from that. I don't think we need to go to the extreme of having him have a mullet and a 5 o'clock shadow, but I think it's good that we're getting some type of iteration to say, hey, this is a new reincarnated Superman, not the one that you've known, and that, he's going to be doing maybe something different. I think it's great that he kind of alludes that we will be getting a Green Lantern cameo. Even if it's just for a split second, it would be nice just to acknowledge that, Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern does exist somewhere in the DCEU other than his own movie back in 2011. I mean, we're almost a decade out from that when that movie came out, so it'd be nice to see that he does have some connection to Zack Snyder's Justice League. And it is good to know that we're not going to have any footage. I mean, I find it hard to believe we'll have any overlapping footage from Joss Whedon's version of Justice League, but it's nice to know that we're going to have only his, Zack Snyder's cut. He did let it slip that it's going to be about 4 hours long, which I think is kind of crazy, but, in all honesty, I'd watch it. I feel like the theatrical version, I mean, given the way it was edited, it felt rushed, and I feel like there was so much more to be told in the movie. So 4 hours I think is going to do its justice and Justice League justice. And I think it's going to be awesome to actually see it come to fruition, whether it be all in one movie or if it's going to be, broken up into, weekly episodes, I guess, stay tuned to the next conclusion of Justice League, that kind of thing. But I think it's going to be awesome that we're going to be getting a fully fleshed out version of the Justice League. In more JusticeCon news, during Ray Fisher's panel, he was asked about the recent drama involving Joss Whedon. The actor, who played Cyborg in Justice League, took the opportunity to stand by what he previously said and revealed that he is currently working on uncovering what happened and figuring out how to reveal it to the public without violating any contracts or legal agreements. Fisher said, "I put out some pretty strong words and some pretty strong comments about Joss Whedon, and every single one of those words and every single one of those comments is true. There is a process that is being undergone as we speak to get to the heart of everything that I'm talking about. The man's probably scared, and he should be, because we're going to get to the heart of everything that went down." Fisher continued on saying, he spent 2.5 years collecting what he needs to come forward about Whedon in a way where people can't dismiss it. He also confirmed he's been talking to other folks about their experiences with Whedon on Justice League. Fisher concluded, we're going to get to the heart of everything, and if anything I said about that man is untrue, I invite him wholeheartedly to sue me for libel, to sue me for slander. These latest comments from Fisher speak to how dedicated the actor is to ensuring what happened on the Justice League set comes to light, and that those who may have been harmed get justice. It's unclear exactly what transpired on the set, as Fisher's comments were vague, using generalized terms to describe Whedon's behavior, but the actor's further comments on the subject seem to confirm he will offer more details when he can, but that at the moment he's restricted by legal agreements like an NDA. In other DCU news, Jeffrey D. Morgan gave some more details on whether or not he'll be returning to the DCU. In an interview with comicbook.com about the extended season 10 of The Walking Dead, the actor was asked if he'll return to the DCEU. The actor responded, we'll see. When asked about Michael Keaton flying in to play the elder Bruce Wayne, Morgan couldn't resist having a little fun and even laughed about the established actor possibly taking his spot. Michael Keaton swooped in and took my gig, Morgan joked. No, I think that's super cool. Ever since Zack Snyder walked away, my whole kind of bit in that world has walked away with him. However, there's always a chat going on, so we'll see. In a previous interview with comicbook.com, the actor reiterated that he would love to be back for another DC movie, but admitted that the road there isn't exactly clear right now. Look, I don't know. I mean, if there's a chance they would ask me, I'd say yes. I think the Flashpoint story it's my favorite story. I would love to do it. But DC is DC, and they're, it's a constant. It seems like they're always kind of switching up who's running it and what they're going to do, Morgan observed. So hopefully what I'd like to see is a little continuity with DC, have them get on track, and then man, I'd be honored and love to do it more than anything. The article goes on to say that back in 2017 during the panel, Morgan talked about how long he's known Zack Snyder and his desire to play Thomas Wayne. Zack and I go back to Watchmen days, so I've got a little bit of a relationship with the DC losers. He called me a year before we shot that. I met Lauren. It was great. I still see Lauren. It was great, and yeah, is there another plan for that Thomas Wayne character? We'll see. I don't know. I'd love to be the Dark Batman. That's the darkest Batman there is. God knows I embrace the darkness. Between Jeffrey D. Morgan and Michael Keaton, who would you like to see return to the DCU? Let me know in the comments below. And finally, let's talk about DC Fandom. DC and Warner Bros. Mega 24-hour immersive virtual fan experience DC Fandom is less than a month away, and while it plans to be packed with the latest and upcoming in DC WB comics, video games, TVs, and movies, it'll be interesting to see if we get any further confirmation about any of Zack Snyder's teases and hopefully even a longer teaser or trailer for Zack Snyder's Justice League. As I covered previously, Zack Snyder did have an interview with fellow YouTuber Grace Randolph, and during that interview he did tease that they would get a clip at JusticeCon 2020, but even something bigger at DC Fandom. So of course we'll have to wait and see, but make sure you mark your calendars for August 22nd, because I'm pretty sure on that date, the internet is going to be buzzing with the news of what Zack Snyder has to show us. So again, what do you think about the Zack Snyder panel news as far as Superman's black suit, the Green Lantern cameo? What do you think about the Joss Whedon footage? What do you think about the Ray Fisher, Joss Whedon drama? Do you want Jeffrey D. Morgan to come back as Bruce Wayne? And are you excited about DC Fandom? Ooh, that was a lot of DC stuff, but let me know in the comments below if you're excited about all that or any of that. And that's it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you want to see more videos just like this one, hit that subscribe notification bell. And I'll see you guys next time on The Mashup.